What up, y'all? I'm back with another video. I know what y'all thinking. Jab, man, you so early. The album just dropped, and you already on it. Like, it didn't even drop not even 9 hours ago, and I'm already on it. Yeah, but you got to realize something. I let it digest quick because when it's a certain artist that I like, I can listen to it better, and I'm actually wanting to listen to it more when it's an artist that I like or particularly may love. Anyway, here to review Pimp C's, however you say that word, Pimp C's posthumous album, uh, Long Live the Pimp. It's been 8 years today since he passed away. So rest in peace, Pimp C, Long Live the Pimp, as the title of the album is, Long Live the Pimp. And 16 tracks on here, country rap tunes, gangster, down south music. That's what this album is. I believe this is Pimp's, well, it's his posthumous album, but I believe this is let's see. This would be Pimp's 5th studio album solo. You know he has the UGK and everything. But anyway, what can I say? This album right here, I was expecting a Big Crit feature. I didn't get that. I didn't even get a Zero feature. But I'm cool with who was on here. But let's go ahead and get into the interview. And by the way, the review. By the way, I'm going to do a new review system as far as my rank goes. I won't be just giving you like a 1 to 10 or a 5-star rating. I'll also be giving you like grades and on a scale of 1 to 100, what it would sound like, what the rating is. So let's get into this. Long Live the Pimp. That's a great way to start off the intro, man. I mean, it just sets the foundation for this whole album. Man, like, it gives you, like, what you expect from Pimp. Like the whole, like, what you get pretty much on this whole album. The classic Pimp. You get the guitar. You get the organ player. The classic Pimp C drum kit. It's like, man, that's what I'm talking about. Long Live the Pimp had me laughing, man. I mean, shit was right. I mean, that bumps. I mean, it bumps. Like, it's just classic Pimp. And, like, when he's talking throughout it kind of makes you laugh. But anyway, track number 2, Three-Way Freak, featuring Lil Wayne. Now, the Lil Wayne feature had me like, and still, even after I heard the song, I was like, because I pretty much heard half of the album on YouTube because Houston Rap Scene, Scrooston, and another YouTube channel uploaded like 7 of the songs. So this is one of the songs that I had heard. I like the song. I mean, it's cool. Three-Way Freak, it's a pretty cool song. But the Lil Wayne feature kind of like, it's all right, but it's just not the Lil Wayne I want. It's not that Wayne. It's not Wayne from '09 and below. But Ain't Said Shit. Track number 3, featuring Ty Dolla $ign and Devin the Dude. What can I say? Classic Devin the Dude. I mean, Devin Dude, it's pretty much the same thing every verse, but it's something you can never get tired of because it's Devin the Dude. Ty Dolla $ign, what can I say? This summer and throughout this fall and when we get into the winter, well, pretty much throughout the summer and through the fall, I've been impressed with the verses I've heard him on because I hear he's mainly a singer, so I'm like kind of like holding back whether I want to listen to his album or not. But I like what I'm hearing from him. Like he was on another album that I had reviewed, I believe. This album, that song he did with Bone Thugs, Everything 100, it's cool. Ain't Said Shit. This is probably like the beat on here. Like I want to say I've heard a sample of this beat or something, but then again I don't want to say that. But this is like one of my top 4 tracks on here. But track number 4, Wavy Bone, featuring A$AP Rocky, Juicy J, and Bun B. Now, Wavy Bone, getting money is what I do. Bun B doing his thing. Jay just being a juice and being Pimp. But Wavy Bone was on A$AP's album, A Lot, at long last A$AP, which I reviewed, by the way. So to see it on here is like, yeah, but it fits in perfectly with the album, to be honest. Spitting Game Interlude, just another, it's a funny, cool Pimp being Pimp type of thing. Let me say, throughout this whole album, Pimp kind of sounds like, well, yeah, throughout like most of this album, maybe 2 songs on here where it didn't. Pimp sounded like Pimp, because Pimp is him in the studio and in the interview, but he sounded like he got fresh off an interview where he was not really pissed, but getting on these niggas. He sounded like that, like he just got done with the interview, now he's in the studio letting all that, like what he couldn't get out during the interview, out. So it was great. That's what I get from this interlude and the trifling whole thing. which is track number 11. Like track number 6, Trill featuring Adani, Slim Thug, ESG, and Lil Kiki. Let me say this: everybody did their thing. Kiki sounds like Kiki from. He sounds like Kiki from Let the Truth Be Told with Zero. ESG sound like E, and Slim sound like Slim off of Riding Foes. Not the remix, but the Riding Foes. Pimp sounds like Pimp. Let me say this: everybody on here who's from Texas or affiliated with UGK and the whole Texas rap scene, everybody who's really down south, like they sound like them, but they sound more like them, like the old, like the younger them, the old them, and maybe that's because like how the beats sound, and because they're like, this is for Pimp. We gotta really bring it on this. This is for Pimp right here. And like I said, they sound like their old selves, like the younger version of them. And that's what I get from track number 6, Trill. And same thing with Bitch Get Down, which is one of my top 4, maybe 5 tracks on here, featuring Bun B, A-Ball, and MJG. Like I said, A-Ball and MJG, like MJG sounded like the MJG, classic MJG, like I said, same thing with A-Ball, but MJG sounds like 2 Pimpin' 2.0, which I actually have that album. A-Ball sounds like A-Ball from We Buy Gold, featuring Big Crit. And MJG's on there too. Bun B sounds like, what can I say? Bun B. But like I was saying, everybody on here kind of sounds like their old selves, the younger version of themselves. And I guess it's because of the beats, and they're like, well, this is for Pimp, so we got to really do it. And hopefully, like, this album will not only inspire the artists who are on here to sound like not go back to the old ways, but really tap into that talent that they still have. And bring it out, and hopefully it will influence like the younger generation, like my generation coming out of the South, coming out of Houston, and the current generation coming out of Houston right now, like Propane, Les, and DeLorean, Young Von, and all them. Track number 8, Payday, featuring Juicy J. Now, when I first heard this song, I heard it on YouTube. I was like, but it's a cool song. Like, every day is payday, every day is payday. Now, true to the game. And let me say something about this album. These soundtracks, these songs on here, the titles fit perfectly. They sound like some Pimp C titles, and the beats sound like Pimp. He's not selling out, and the producer is not selling out, trying to get more mainstream pop appeal or anything like that. This is just down south country rap tunes, down south gangster shit. This is what this is. Same thing with the beats, the features, excluding A$AP Rocky and Ty Dolla $ign. The beats, the features, the production on the beats, and the lyrics and everything as far as it goes. And that's what I get from True to the Game. I actually skip slab music. Slab music is, well, what can I say? Slab music. Just bump through your neighborhood like on a day like this while it's sunny. Not so cold, though. And just bump the slab music. Kiki, it's good to see Kiki on here. It's really good to see Kiki, like, because he hasn't been silent, but it's good to see more Kiki. While Slim and Paul Wall and Zero doing their thing, it's good to see Kiki. I would say Pokey, but I'm like, Pokey's just Pokey. Let Pokey do him. But if you know the whole Texas rap scene, you know who Big Pokey is. But Slab Music was a cool song. It's not one of my top 5, but it was a cool song. But track number 10, True to the Game, classic Pimp, classic. Well, yeah, classic David Banner. But I hope this isn't the David Banner that they're gonna. Well, I kind of do, because he was getting conscious, talking about like, I didn't answer Pimp's phone call and all that. So I kind of hope this isn't the David Banner that is on the God Box, because the God Box, I think David Banner said this is going to be the greatest hip hop album of all time, the God Box. So I hope this isn't what he's going to bring on there, unless he like wants to like keep to the, like, I didn't answer his phone call, now I never got to see him again and all that. Talking about Pimp coming out to Cali, and while Banner was in the studio doing the beats, and didn't answer the phone and all that. So if he can do that, it's cool. But Trifling Ho interlude. Another funny shit. Another funny skit. What can I say? Just 48 seconds. I don't really do the whole interludes and skit. I don't really like doing reviews for that, but it's whatever. Now, this is probably the one song on here I'm like, I didn't necessarily like. It's not even that it's a bad song, but I just didn't really like it. Honestly, it's a skip for me. To Lose a Whore. What he's talking about, you can understand that. Like, if you a pimp and like, oh, that's what it's like to lose a whore. Or if you're one of those dudes who has a girlfriend or has an ex, but you didn't really care about her, but you're like, oh, I lost that bitch. Kind of missing now. And you can kind of relate to it, I guess, if you had a girlfriend that you really cared about, then you're going like, you're not gonna call her a bitch, but you're not gonna call her a whore. But what he's talking about, I guess, like you could relate to it. Now, track number 13, Friends, featuring Juicy J and Nas. I reviewed this track, and if you want to see the review to that, I will leave it in the description below. Go ahead and give you a quick little review on it anyway. Juicy sounds like Juicy from 95 through 01. Juicy J on here. Nas sounds like classic Nas, like Nas through Illmatic all the way up to Stillmatic. Nostradamus. And Pimp sounds like Pimp. What about your friends? With friends like that, you don't need enemies. Cool ass song. Now, track number 14, Southside. Pop that pussy for the South Side. Pimp's basically telling the bitch, you gotta pop that pussy for the South Side, for the slab riding, all that shit. And it was a cool song too, but it's not one of my top 5. Now, track number 15 is not one of my top 5 either, but it's a cool song. Butter Cookies. Pimp, he's calling niggas out on here, just like he did on the next song, Country Thing. He's kind of calling some niggas out. Butter Cookies. I get where this where the title is coming from. Like, I'm not even gonna explain it. Like, just think about it. Butter Cookies, and what he's doing, he's kind of calling people out. So, what do you think he's talking about when he says butter cookies? And track number 16, Country Thing, the outro. Last track on here. This basically, it's like Pimp vocals and a mix of an interview that I believe I've heard, because I've seen so many Pimp C interviews, it's not even funny. But it could just be Pimp just talking in the studio, making it sound like an interview and then putting it together. But I think I've heard this interview somewhere, talking about, he's calling out like the East, saying y'all wouldn't be able to sell them records if it weren't for us. Man, y'all still spray painting on the trains and all that. Well, y'all wouldn't be able to do shit if it weren't for the South. We was the one making y'all sell the record, having y'all sell the records and everything, and that's still true to this day. The South, we the ones buying the records, okay? And he said it wouldn't be no hip hop, man. It wouldn't be none without the South, the Midwest, and the West, and nothing else. So it's like, man, fuck the East. Well, not really fuck the East, but they gotta realize we the ones who funding this shit. Yeah, it started there, but what did Willie D say on "Quit Hating South" on the Underground Kings album? Long as the beat not in the music not strong, I could give a rat's ass where rap is from. Yeah. Now let me say this. I wish there was a Big Crit feature, like I said. I wish there was a Zero feature, like I said. But this was a cool album. Now Scarface, maybe, but I'm glad MJG was on there along with 8 Ball, because like the whole Pimp thing. Pimp and Ken with the little skit he had at the end on, well, not skit, but the little thing he had on the end on Ain't Said Shit. I don't really have anybody else I wish would have been on here. Like Paul Wall, not really. None of the other H-Town legends, like, well, some of them could have been on here. I will be chopping and screwing this album, though. I will put it on Audio Mac. I will leave the link to that in the description. Once this, I chop and screw it, I'll go ahead and put it in the description, because it'll be out after this video. Now, as far as this album goes, okay, a scale of 1 to 10, 6.5 out of 10. What? No. Yeah, 6.5 out of 10. So on a scale from, also on a 5 star, it's a 3.5. Wait, no, it's a 3. It's a 3 and something. Because if it's 3.5, it'd be a 7, but it's close to a 7. It's like a decent 6 with a strong, light 7. That's what it is for me, as far as the 10 and the 5 stars go. As a grade, I give this a C plus. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was decent. It was better than decent, like classic Pimp, but it wasn't all that. And like, this is what you gotta understand. Don't expect it to be all that. Expect it to be classic Pimp. Pimp was all that, but he wasn't like all that in a Nas type of way or in a Pocket Biggie type of way. He's still up there with the greats. That's just my opinion. But he wasn't doing all the lyrical stuff. He was getting straight to the point, but at the same time, he's going to give you a little bit of a story and a scenario. But he's not going to go that deep into it. And that's just classic Pimp. And he's not the most lyrical dude, but it doesn't matter. People talking about, oh, Pimp got the nursery rhymes. Well, but look, he outselling you, and that's not even everything, but he's saying better shit than you, better beats than you, and that's what you get on here. So, yeah, C plus for me. And as far as, like, from 0 to 100, I gave it a 6.5, so you think I give it a 65? See, I said it was a decent 6, a light 7, so I'm going to give this a 69 out of 100. So yeah, 69 out of 100, 6.5 out of 10, 3 point something out of 5, and a C plus grade. Now, if you've heard this album, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Before I go, I want to say this one more thing. Like I said, this is who Pimp C is. Like, the producers and Pimp didn't sell out. Well, he really can't because he's passed. Rest in peace, long live the Pimp. But he didn't sell out. The producer didn't sell out. Nobody sold out on this. Like, they brought them old selves back, and that's what happened on this album. Classic Pimp, not the most lyrical, but gets straight to the point, but still gives you a bit of a scenario, and that's what we love about Pimp. And he's so real with it. He doesn't hold back. He doesn't give a fuck. That's why he was a good friend with Lord Jamar. And so like I said, that's my rating and my grade and all that. If you've heard this album, what do you think of it? Let me know in the comment section below. Rest in peace to Pimp C. It's been 8 years since you passed. You're my third favorite rapper of all time, to be honest. Rest in peace. Long live the Pimp. And getting me on Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff is in the description below. I'll leave the link so you can buy this album and listen to it for free on Spotify. And if you want to donate to me, support my movements as far as YouTube and everything else goes, you can donate to DynamicJAB at gmail.com through PayPal. Any and everything, smallest donation, biggest donation, as long as it's like any amount is appreciated and needed, so I can stop recording with the webcam and sometimes when I record my phone. So thank you for watching. Rest in peace, Pimp C. It's been 8 years. Good album. No selling out by you, the features, or the producers. And I respect that. And that's classic Pimp. And that's what you're going to get on this album. Buy it. Listen to it. Support Pimp. Support Texas. Support the South. Support hip-hop. And, well, country rap channels, rap, down south gangster shit, all that. And I will see y'all next time. Thanks for watching.